Rangers fans have been living through a whirlwind of emotions this season, and right at the heart of it all is the name Vaclav Cerny. The Czech winger has become one of the standout performers at Ibrox, and his recent call-up to the national team is just another testament to the level he's been operating at. His rise has been meteoric, his impact undeniable, and yet there's a storm brewing beneath the surface. Because while Cerny continues to light up Scottish football, the clock is ticking on his future with the club. Unless something drastic changes, he's expected to return to his parent club Wolfsburg at the end of the campaign, and the reason Rangers may simply not be able to afford him. Now, this isn't just speculation. There's a very real, very serious situation developing behind the scenes. Rangers actually have an exclusive option to secure Cerny's services permanently. It's not every day a club can lock down a player of his quality for a fee of around £5.5 million, AC deal that was part of his initial loan agreement when he joined from the Bundesliga side last summer. But here's the catch: that option has an expiration date, and that date is fast approaching. Sources close to the situation have revealed that Rangers have a limited window to trigger that clause. Once that deadline passes, all bets are off. Wolfsburg is fully aware of how well Cerny has performed in Scotland, and other clubs across Europe are watching closely too. If Rangers miss this opportunity, his value could explode on the open market. And let's be honest, when you got a winger delivering the kind of performances Cerny has, rival teams don't just sit back and watch. They act. Scouts have been following his every move, and with the season entering its final stretch, the pressure on the Rangers board is building. And here's where it gets even more complicated. The club's recent takeover by American businessman Andrew Kavanagh and his San Francisco-based consortium has yet to receive full legal clearance. That means any significant financial decisions are hanging in the balance. Until the takeover is finalized, there's uncertainty about how much room there is to maneuver, and unfortunately that includes pulling the trigger on Cerny's permanent signing. This is a delicate moment for Rangers. Miss this chance, and they might just watch one of their most important assets walk out the door and into the arms of a top European side. But let's take a step back and look at why Cerny is such a hot commodity in the first place. From the moment he arrived in Glasgow, he hit the ground running. In his debut season in Scottish football, he's racked up 17 goals and provided 7 assists across 44 appearances. That's the kind of output that turns heads. And it's not just the numbers, it's the manner in which he's doing it. Long-range screamers, delicate assists, moments of individual brilliance. He's been a game changer time and time again. And his versatility has been a dream for interim manager Barry Ferguson, who shifted him into a more central attacking role in recent matches following the departure of Philippe Clement. That move has unlocked another level in Cerny's game, making him even more dangerous and unpredictable for opponents. His impact hasn't gone unnoticed at international level either. Just days ago, he put on a show for the Czech Republic in their World Cup qualifier against Gibraltar. Not only did he score a stunning long-range goal, but he also walked away with a Man of the Match award. That kind of exposure only adds fuel to the fire. The more he plays and shines on the international stage, the more clubs start lining up with offers. And the bigger those offers get, the harder it becomes for Rangers to compete. What makes all this even tougher for the fans is that Cerny has expressed his desire to stay. In a recent interview back home, he made it clear he wants to continue wearing the blue jersey. He spoke openly about how much he's enjoyed life in Glasgow and how much he appreciates the support of the fans. "I definitely do," he said when asked about making the move permanent. "But there are so many aspects that I can't control. All I can do is be the best I can and keep up my form and numbers for Rangers." Those words were heartfelt, and they hit home with the supporters. This isn't just a player going through the motions. This is someone who's bought into the club's identity and is giving everything for the badge. And yet emotions don't pay transfer fees. Sentiment doesn't finalize contracts. This is football, and football is business. If Rangers don't act quickly, the window will close and Cerny will likely be gone. Wolfsburg is expecting formal bids before the season concludes, likely by the end of May. After that, the predetermined fee is no longer valid. And once that happens, it's open season. With multiple European clubs already circling, Rangers could find themselves priced out of a deal they once had under control. It's frustrating to say the least. Here, you have a player who fits perfectly into the system, who wants to stay, who is producing at an elite level, and yet his future is uncertain because of off-the-pitch complications. This is exactly the kind of scenario fans fear when ownership changes are in transition. The hesitation, the delay, the red tape. It all creates a cloud of doubt at a time when decisive action is needed most. Still, all hope is not lost. The coming weeks will be pivotal. If the legal side of the takeover can be finalized in time, and if the board has the willingness to invest, Rangers could still secure one of their brightest stars in recent years. But they'll have to move fast. There's no room for hesitation. Now, every day that passes, the risk grows. And as Cerny continues to perform at a high level, the queue of interested clubs only gets longer. So while the team pushes on in Europe and continues to fight domestically, the boardroom battles may prove just as important. Because locking down Cerny would send a strong message, not just to the fans, but to the rest of the football world, that Rangers mean business. That they're not just here to compete, but to keep their stars build on success and push for greater things. Whether that happens or not is the question that looms over Ibrox as the season heads toward its final chapters. While the Vaclav Cerny situation has taken center stage, is far from the only storyline brewing at Ibrox. As Rangers navigate this critical period on and off the pitch, another name is climbing the ranks and attracting major attention: Nicolas Raskin. The Belgian midfielder has quietly become one of the most talked about talents in Scottish football, and it's not hard to see why. His blend of technical ability, tactical intelligence, and sheer determination has made him a linchpin in Rangers midfield, and now his performances are catching the eyes of clubs far beyond Scotland's borders. Raskin joined Rangers in January of last year, coming over from Standard Liège, and it didn't take long for him to settle in. He brought a sense of calm and control to the midfield, but also a spark of creativity that had been missing. During his first full season, he scored once and provided 1 assist across 31 appearances. Not eye-popping numbers, but his contributions went far beyond stats. He dictated tempo, broke up play, and constantly looked to drive the team forward. It was clear that Rangers had found a gem, but it's what he's done this season that has really taken his stock to another level. Now in his second campaign, Raskin has added more end product to his game, notching 2 goals and 6 assists in 39 matches across all competitions. More than that, he's become a consistent performer in big matches. Whether it's domestic, clashes against rivals like Celtic, or intense European nights in the Europa League, Raskin has been right in the thick of it. He plays with maturity beyond his years, always aware of his surroundings, always ready to take responsibility, and those qualities haven't gone unnoticed. During the recent international break, Raskin was handed his senior debut for Belgium. It came as a late substitute in a tough UEFA Nations League playoff clash against Ukraine, which Belgium ultimately lost 3-1. But that didn't dampen his moment. Just days later, he earned his first start in the second leg, and what a performance it was. Composed, confident, and commanding, Raskin controlled the midfield and walked off the pitch to a standing ovation. Scouts from across Europe were in the stands that night, and what they saw only added fuel to the growing interest. Premier League clubs have started circling, and Leeds United, who are currently battling for promotion from the Championship, have had Raskin on their radar for months. Aston Villa, with European ambitions of their own, have also entered the picture. Even Brentford, always on the lookout for emerging talent, have made inquiries. And it doesn't stop in England. Clubs from Germany and Italy have reportedly joined the race, seeing Raskin as a player who can anchor a midfield for years to come. His combination of youth experience and room for growth makes him an incredibly attractive target. But Rangers are not willing to let him go without a fight. With a contract running through the summer of 2027, the club holds all the cards. And according to sources close to the board, any club looking to secure Raskin's signature will need to fork out a premium fee, believed to be in the region of £20 million. That would mark a significant profit for Rangers and fall perfectly in line with the club's long-standing model of developing young talent and selling at the right time. It's a strategy that has helped the club remain competitive financially, while continuing to challenge on the pitch. Yet there's no urgency to cash in. Not yet, at least. Rangers are still competing in multiple competitions, and Raskin remains central to their game plan. Whether it's feeding the forwards, shielding the backline, or linking up in transition, he's the heartbeat of the team. Letting him go mid-season was never an option. But with the summer window approaching and interest growing by the day, decisions will have to be made. If the right offer comes in, and if it's in line with the club's valuation, it could be the moment to part ways and reinvest. Interestingly, Raskin isn't the only rising star at Ibrox attracting attention. Another young talent striker, Hamza Igman, is beginning to make waves. Having recently made his debut for the Moroccan national team, Igman is being monitored closely by none other than Everton. The Premier League side has reportedly scouted him extensively over the past few months and are seriously considering a move this summer. And just like Raskin, Rangers have placed a significant price tag on their young forward. Reports suggest it would take more than £20 million to lure Igman away from Glasgow, and even then the club may not be so quick to sell. He's viewed internally as a future cornerstone of the team, someone who can lead the line for years to come. At just 21 years old, Igman combines raw athleticism with a natural eye for goal. He's still developing, still learning, but the flashes he's shown already have top-level potential written all over them. Everton may be the most serious suitor at the moment, but they're not alone. Other clubs, both in England and abroad, are starting to take notice. What all of this highlights is that Rangers are sitting on a treasure trove of talent. And with that comes both opportunity and pressure. On one hand, these players represent a golden generation, individuals who can drive the club to silverware and success. On the other hand, they're also valuable assets, and when the bids start rolling in, tough choices have to be made. Sell too early and you risk missing out on their prime years. Wait too long and their value could dip. It's a balancing act, and the next transfer window could define what direction Rangers take in the years ahead. Of course, all of these decisions are complicated by the current transition at the top of the club. Until the American-led takeover is fully finalized, there's still a sense of waiting, of uncertainty. Will the new ownership inject the funds needed to retain players like Cerny, Raskin, and Igman? Or will the focus shift toward maximizing returns on investments and rebuilding from there? Fans are watching closely. Every move is being scrutinized. And while the on-pitch performances are keeping spirits high, everyone knows that the summer could bring massive changes. Barry Ferguson, now serving as interim manager, has done a remarkable job steadying the ship. Since stepping in after Philippe Clement's departure, he's brought energy, focus, and a sense of unity back to the squad. A 4-2 win over Kilmarnock was followed by a thrilling 3-2 victory at Parkhead, and aside from a narrow home loss to Motherwell, Ferguson's early results have been impressive. He's even guided the team into the quarterfinals of the Europa League, and that momentum has given Rangers fans renewed hope. But what comes next is still unknown. Will Ferguson be given the job permanently? Will a new face arrive to take the club into a new era? Whoever is in charge, they'll have a squad brimming with potential, but also one facing serious interest from the outside world. Holding on to players like Cerny, Raskin, and Igman would be a strong statement of intent. Letting them go for the right price while reinvesting wisely could also bring long-term benefits. But the margin for error is razor thin. One thing is clear, Rangers are at a crossroads. The decisions made in the next few months will shape the club's trajectory for seasons to come. The fans have seen this team fight, grow, and believe again. Now they want to see that same ambition off the pitch, ambition that matches the talent on it. Because if Rangers can keep their core intact, reinforce where needed, and navigate this takeover smoothly, they won't just be contenders in Scotland, they'll be a force in Europe too. But that journey starts now with swift, smart, and fearless action behind the scenes. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. Could Isco be heading to Scotland? The question has been circulating among Rangers fans and football enthusiasts alike, sparking speculation that the former Real Madrid star could soon be playing at Ibrox. As the winter transfer window approaches, whispers of a potential move to the Scottish Premiership are growing louder. But can this truly be the next chapter in the Spaniard's illustrious career? Isco's career trajectory has been nothing short of remarkable. From his Golden Boy Award at Malaga to his time at Real Madrid, where he won an impressive 19 major trophies, his skill on the ball has earned him a spot among Europe's elite. After parting ways with Sevilla earlier in 2023 in a brief stint at Real Betis, Isco's contract extension with Betis in December 2023 raised questions about his future. Could this be a calculated move to set the stage for a grander challenge, perhaps in the heart of Scotland? Rangers, under the stewardship of manager Michael Beale, have shown an eagerness to bolster their attacking midfield options. With the team currently eyeing fresh talent to regain their Scottish dominance, Isco could fit perfectly into the high-intensity attacking system Beale is looking to implement. His creativity and experience would bring an undeniable flair to the Rangers. Midfield. But what would the 31-year-old's move to the Premiership really mean for the club? The potential signing has been fueled by reports suggesting that Isco is ready for a change of scenery, with his status at Betis uncertain. Rangers, meanwhile, have been in need of a transformative player who can make a tangible impact in both domestic and European competitions. With Isco's pedigree, he could be the catalyst for a new era at Ibrox, bringing much-needed experience and vision to a team that's looking to take on Europe's best. As the days go by, the excitement grows. Could Rangers secure a deal that would see one of Spain's finest midfielders make the leap to Scottish football? Fans will be eagerly awaiting the next update as the club's ambitions reach new heights. This is a transfer saga that is far from over, and every twist and turn brings the promise of more thrilling developments. Stay tuned. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated. By Rangers FC, and don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.